every time.
It's like there should be like a cooler voice that says that because it's like I'm telling you, every time it just makes me feel like, yep, the government's watching me. You know what I mean? It's like Zoom, everyone who's like, there's a dude at a Zoom computer desk doing this, just watching me and shit. Like it's just watching everybody's meetings and stuff. Like whole
Oh
sick, bro.
goodness.
Yeah, man. What you been up to, bro? What you been on, bro? How was your week and shit?
It was pretty good. I can't complain. Yesterday, Alex and I went on a big ass hike. We didn't intend to go on a big ass hike. We're just like, let's go, go fuck around and go find somewhere to go hang out and shoot some stuff. Basically just trying to like uplift ourselves because like just been in such a funk lately, just trying to get out of that and just trying to fall back in love with like where we live. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just, yeah, it can get you down, especially around here, even in the summertime and all that. So we went out and hiked around Kemble Mountain, but got mauled by mosquitoes too. That was fun. And then we went out to Irish Mountain Lookout later on, and I got some pretty cool pictures out there too. So yeah, we did. That was what we were doing yesterday. But yeah, just chilling around and trying to stay out of trouble the best we can.
I was gonna say, bro, I feel you. Like I wasn't out with no forestry or anything like that, but I definitely got hit a couple times with either mosquitoes or some type of little critters, spiders, something, just sitting on my balcony blazing and shit. But no, even beyond that, I was gonna ask, so like, is that like a newer area that you guys like started exploring, or you guys that's like a go-to area?
So we know of these areas, but that was the first time I've been to either through that hiking trail or the mountain lookout either. So it was really cool because it's just like the lookout really just opens up and you can see like the whole bay and stuff like that. It's really cool. It's yeah, that. And then the mountain there's not a lot of on Kemble Mountain, there's not a lot of lookouts, and it's a really up and down hiking trail, but it was good. And we're definitely going to go back in the fall because we definitely less bugs. Number one.
I'm assuming you're gonna have some bug spray.
And well, number two, the foliage and all that, when it turns, it'll look like we're gonna assume it's just gonna look insane. So
yeah, man, that's the
look out for those pictures on Instagram.
Just like the autumn, like the autumn scenery, but that's like the fall scenery. I love that shit too, bro. Like that's probably why it's my favorite. I was born in the spring, but I feel like fall is my favorite season. It's like it's like just like hoodie weather, long sleeve weather, and also like it kind of, I don't know, like in a weird way, like because it's like you've been in school more time, like someone our age been in school out like more out of their life than they haven't been. So it kind of like reminds you of like renew, like you're starting something new, even if like you weren't going to school actually, like you're just like, whether it was like a new job you started, because I started my new job that I've been for like a little while now, but in October. So it's like, yeah, I mean, like that weird feeling of everyone has their different, like, whether it's a time of year, whether it's going to a certain place, like you just kind of have like all right, man, let's get it going. Let's start something fresh. And it might be a spark to that. I don't know, like if you have a specific trail or anything like that, maybe a time of year, like similar to what I was saying, that might honestly like challenge that thing in your mind. Or
for me, it's summer. Really, this is like the only time of year I truly enjoy it. Like I don't even care if it's hot as shit. Like I don't have any air conditioning in my place. I don't give a fuck. Like I love the heat. Like I'd rather be wearing shorts and t-shirts and flip-flops everywhere and sunglasses all day than fucking having to put on jeans and, sweater. And then the nights are the best too, because like you can just throw in a pair of jeans and like a t-shirt and you're fine. Or like a light flannel or something like that and you're fine. And I don't know, man, there's just a different vibe about summers when it comes to like, especially this where I live here, because the winters are so unforgiving and so fucking long and brutal. And then summer comes and it's just like, oh my God, yeah, I forgot how fucking nice this place really can be. And then it's back into the fucking for the rest of the year. So
right back into Jack Frost kicking your ass.
pretty much. So it's just like we relish in I try to relish in the time like we have here, but I always feel like there's a lot of pressure with summer too, though. I feel like people like like you're missing out on things if you don't go out and take advantage
Yeah,
of a nice
man.
day like
Sure.
today because you're
Yeah.
exhausted or you're doing whatever else inside. Like,
It's
and then
crazy.
working on top of it and all that, it's something. But at the same time, when you do get to have fun and go hang out with friends on like a balcony or something like that, or outside and just enjoying fucking nature in this type and for this weather for this time, it's great. It's just a feeling you can't really catch in a bottle. Like I wish you could, but
That's the
yeah. And
beauty
I
of it,
do
though.
like, and sorry to cut you off. I do like
No, keep
September
going.
too. Even I'm a September baby, but like I don't like what it means because fall just means, oh, winter is just like peeking its head around the corner. Like, are you ready? Are you ready? No, you ain't. You ain't ready yet. Like
Not gonna
that's all
lie,
it
Trent.
means to me. Like so, I don't. Fall just is like, it's coming.
I feel you. But see, that's the thing too. I was gonna say two things you said. One, summer is like it's kind of like a feeling you can't really catch in a bottle, and it's true because it's like I live like downtown, so and I'm fortunate to have like a high enough like balcony that I can kind of see like you see like certain activities, and it's like when you're not down there walking around with the people and enjoying it, like you feel like you're missing out. And the days keep going, right? Like you don't ever get
Mm-hmm.
an August 17th, August 25th, whatever again, right? And even the earlier months, as far as the June, like the end of June is gone, and it's like, dang, man, like summer's over. Cause you feel like as soon as it hits July, that shit is gone. Like, but you technically still have like 2 months, right? It's now we're in August. It's just, it makes you think like, yeah, man, to try to capture that. But another thing, it's like when you know that winter's approaching, like that's also the like in the context of say like you're a single person and you're trying to connect with somebody, whatever the case is. You're not in a rush for a relationship or anything like that, but you just want to see, okay, let me see if I can vibe with this person, blah blah blah, or vibe with somebody. And then next you know it's called cuffing season and with a lot amongst me and certain a bigger community. But it's like you more or less are trying to kick it with a chick so that throughout the winter months you're on a proper vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like so it's also kind of similar to summer where you're thinking like the fall season, as you said, winter's peeking its head around the corner. So it's like you kind of have to move swift before it's winter. And then it's like, dang, bro, because you can't really, whether it's in the sense of physical attraction or then later on getting to a deeper connection, like summer is where you would more or less like engage in that because you're at the beach, you're seeing women, they're seeing you, XYZ, XYZ, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or like, that once everyone's bundled up, it's different in that regard too. So you really have to try to get to know people. So it's just how it depends on what your mentality is. But again, when those feelings are fleeing, it kind of sucks, you know?
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Like, what else to say except like September, like you said, September is just like it's peeking its head around the corner, getting ready for the cold months. But you still have some like nice days in September where it's like they call it an Indian summer, where it's like 30 fucking degrees out. What is this?
Those
And
little
the other thing I
reminders.
and the other thing I found that have made this summer like just shoot by is because I've had shit like planned out, like this event at the end of August. Because I'm looking forward to that. It's like all of a sudden it's like August. It's like, oh God, this is like 2 weeks away, sort of thing. It's like, where did my summer go? Like, you know what I mean? So planning things is great in one aspect, but in the other, it's just like you're just not living for the now when you're doing that, I find. And it's a hard balance to fucking strike with that, trying to like plan for the future, but also live for what you have right now, going right now, because this is all we have is right now, as I have
Yeah,
said multiple times on this
granted,
channel.
no, but granted you don't get to achieve those future plans because it's like you might want to connect or link again, like you might want to connect or link up with a person just on some homie shit. Like for now, like, oh yo, man, let me get to know you, or yo, even if it's like one of the dude homies, like he introduced you to a dope ass car club or some type of hookup on some dope ass some like whatever, it's like cheaper clothes, whatever. But it's like you fuck around and meet these people and you're saying to yourself, okay, maybe it was just for that one interaction, or maybe it's a matter of like I can kick it with like I can get to know these people for a longer extended period of time. Maybe they'll bring some insightful information to me and I want to see like have this like play out to see what we can make of it. Now, if you fuck around and just be out here cutting things short, and as soon as somebody's trying to invite you out, or as soon as someone's trying to get to know you a little bit better, whatever, you just shut them out. And I'm not like you don't owe anybody nothing, but it just sucks when we cut those, like we just, you know what I mean? Like we basically force like conversations to end and all that other shit so that it's like, all right, you ain't trying to have anyone know you or anything. Just using that as an example, like a person to person interaction as an example, like it's similar to like, I don't know. It makes you think that there's no perfect way of growing or perfect way of getting to know people, perfect way of having things go your way or plans being planned out that you thought were going to happen. Like, so you do only have the now, but it's like trying not to lose yourself in those future moments, Trent. That shit is buzzkill because it's like, man, we could have been, even if it's like you and somebody who you think you know for a long time, you might think to yourself, man, I thought we'd be further in our relationship as far as I thought we might have worked on more things together. I thought we might have blah, blah, blah. But you can't really think about it. You got to focus on just the now. Like that's, I don't know, man. It's just something to make you think about, you know?
Definitely, man. Oh shit, I had something I was gonna say there. You had something, it sparked something in my mind and gone.
No, it's all good, bro. Don't even trip because we out here. And to the listeners, hey, we back. It's another motherfucking episode. But yeah, sometimes I might go on a tangent. My boy Trent might go on a tangent. But it's one of those things where we just have to, we got to get those thoughts out. And I was basically what I was just saying about not wanting to be, I was just adding on to Trent's point of not wanting to be in the future. But if you got your idea, please.
So it's when it comes to like meeting people and stuff like that, I find it's one of two things. It's one of like finding a vibe. Like it's really it sounds so like silly, but like when you vibe well with like, oh, like this place or this area or this like people sort of thing. And the second is if you do have a place that people like you vibe with, continue to show up there. Just keep showing up there. And eventually somebody you'll end up talking with people and you'll end up talking with everybody. And then from there, you just keep meeting more people and whatnot. That's really the only way I can like describe it is like, like as somebody who's had like a lot of social anxiety, like 90% of his life and has like had trouble like meeting people and doing all that as well too. Like it wasn't until I started coming here, like the pub here, like literally hey, my friend was like, hey, come to this pub here tonight. And I literally just sat down at a table. Like I knew him and maybe like three other people at that table. And that was it. And then now I'll just walk to the bar and just cause I know most of the people there. So,
Oh, sure.
so it's not just, and I'm not just saying about a bar too. I'm saying like wherever, like recreationally or whatever, like online spaces or whatever else and whatnot. But like, just keep showing up. That's the only way you're going to like make like not lasting impact, but that's how you're going to meet people is if you keep showing up. If you don't show up, you're not going to meet people. If you stay indoors and you're not like talking with somebody on things or whatever else and what have you, you're not going to meet people. That's just the long and the short of it. You got to do something. You got to get out there and show up at places and do things. Like that's pretty much it. And that's a big hurdle for a lot of people and myself included. Like a lot of days, like it's just too tough. Like just the anxiety and like the shyness and like all that combined, like I don't really want to go out and put myself on the line. I'm doing it by myself, but it's tough. It really is. But like at the same time, it's so goddamn rewarding when you do it though at the same time. So if the juice is worth the squeeze in that aspect, you just gotta be willing to put yourself out there for a certain, not like put your whole self out there, but like a part of yourself out there anyways. And just try to just, like I said, just show up and meet people that you just like meet people and go to places that vibe well with you and like, oh, this is a good place to come. These people are like, people here are like chill or whatever. Like this is an interesting spot or, whatever else. Just stuff like that. That's really the only way I can put it.
And that's dope as fuck, Trent, because it's like you get put in a situation where you're meeting new people, but beyond that, like you're allowing yourself to grow. And it's like when we say put a piece, because I guess I couldn't really wrap my words about it a little earlier in the point I was making, but Trent put a nail on it where he said like you're putting a piece of yourself out there. Yeah, you're not fully trusting this person, but you might at least be able to have enough dialogue to be like, okay, this person has a little bit of sense. Let me see where this goes versus just cutting the conversation short, making it like a dead interaction, so to speak. And then it's just like, well, we didn't have to do that. Or it's like we know that we like each other to an extent because we've had a couple of great, if it like speaking on as an example, if you're talking to a young lady or whatever, yeah, you might be like, we might be quote unquote friends first or get to know each other first. Not necessarily friends as in like quote unquote friend zones, but I'm talking about you want to get to know somebody a little bit. And then it's like, oh shit, this is a dope vibe. Let me actually go a little deeper into the situation. Let's actually link up and actually try to make this in. You know what I mean? Granted, just using that as an example. We can't be out here just fearful of every interaction. And again, you're still guarded, but you will let a little piece of yourself out there, maybe a little information. And some people have a lot of difficulty doing that, and that's okay. You don't owe, again, you don't owe anybody anything. But granted, you're trying to grow and be out there, and like Trent was saying, eliminate the social, a little bit more of your social anxiety. You got to be a little bit willing to let, you know what I mean, let yourself out there a little bit. Still guarded, but you know,
Exactly. That's basically it. Like you're, like I said, not a full part of yourself, like a part, just like a part of enough of yourself to be like, oh, like relatable. Basically, that's the only way I could put it. And if it is a dead interaction, don't leave a dead interaction. Make it like a strange interaction or like a fucking weird interaction, just something that you can laugh about later. And they'll go, what the fuck just happened? Like, did he really just say like he's out there
yo,
like a professional llama rider or something like that?
that's
Like,
what I was gonna say, yo. That's so
just
crazy.
drop some
I
weird,
was gonna say,
if it's
hey,
starting to be like a dead conversation, just drop some weird shit on them and fucking
yeah.
bounce. And they'll be
Oh
like,
no,
what the fuck?
the bat
Reaction.
signal is in the sky, and then just run out the bar.
Exactly. Just some fucking, just some weird shit to
Oh
make them,
snap!
make yourself laugh. It's just to pop yourself,
Bat
but mostly
signal.
just get the reaction out of somebody else. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, man, that's some
Especially if
funny
you live in a
shit.
bigger city where you don't have, like, you know, you're probably never going to see that person again.
I'm a professional fencer on the other on the in New Mexico or some shit. I don't know. It just I don't know. It just
Just
says some
some
random
weird
shit.
shit.
You just
Just,
run out
I
the
don't know how
bar.
else to put it. Like, they're
Nah,
okay.
that'd be funny.
So,
That'd be funny
so
as shit, bro.
I got a story about that. Just give.
No, man, do you think that's that? It's one of those things, Trent, where I laugh, man, because we are like, if you walk down the street, like for I again, because I live in downtown Toronto, it's just a matter of there's so many people. So again, on a Saturday or Sunday, you're walking up Queen, Young, whatever street is what I've noticed in the short time that I've been here. Nah, bro, there's like a million people on the street at random. So say you were the type of person to literally walk up to random, hey, how you doing today? How's your day going? Da, da, da. You're walking in the same direction, so you're not necessarily trying to take up their time as far as stopping them, but you might just have a quick little, hey man, I just wanted to say you look great. That hat's cool as fuck, man. Take care, and just walk away. Even if it wasn't on no you trying to fuck or whatever, you might see a dude with a fresh ass jersey, dope Jordans, whatever, and you like, but we don't do those types of things because it's like the fear of like they might be like, what the fuck? Who's this dude? Not even on that the saying a like what we were just talking about, saying a random fact and then running out of the bar or something like that to make it strange. I'm talking about you genuinely giving them a compliment or whatever because you thought some shit was fly, and then continue on about your day. Most of us won't do that because we're obviously fear or whatever. Like everyone's just kind of on that one track. Like I got to get to where I'm going. But in reality, if we did that, it'd be different, man.
Mhm.
It'd be a little bit more of a community, so to speak. I don't know.
I
Just
agree.
as a weird example. But sorry if you remember your story.
It would definitely be a lot more uplifting and stuff like that, as opposed to personally uplifting in some sense. But so case in point about a dead turning a dead interaction into something just ridiculous. So I was training for my old job and I was down in Thornhill and I went to what's that bar? Jack Astor's. So I was just having dinner by myself there and I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna fuck with my waiter a little bit. I'm bored here. Like I'm here by myself. I'm high as fuck. I'm bored. I'm gonna do something. So I just started like, oh yeah, rolling around the ground all day, dust and dirt. I'm very hungry, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, well, what do you do? You construction? And I looked at him dead ass in the eye and went, bounty hunting. And he just, whoa, he stopped, like, just like did all that and blah, 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 blah.
This
And
guy's
then
crazy.
as I was paying, he asked me more about it. I was just like, well, it's not like I just started bullshitting him. Like I just started feeding him line about like, oh, it's not like Dog the Bounty Hunter, blah blah. These people are really dangerous. Like I was just,
I acquired 3 targets this month.
Basically stuff like that. It was like I wasn't trying to be like over about it, like, oh yeah, I've been stabbed fucking 17 times in the
Yeah,
lungs,
yeah.
anything crazy like that. I was just trying to be very subtle about it, like, people see it on TV and they think it's all blah blah blah, blah. In reality it's this and that and blah blah blah, blah. And he was fucking hanging on every word I was saying. I shit you not. Like he was just like wow, wow, wow. And I'm just like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And I walked out of there, walked across the parking lot, back down the street, and just started fucking falling over laughing. I was dying laughing. I just literally just to pop myself. And the only regret I had was I should have did that earlier in the fucking like time I was there.
Yeah,
Like earlier on in the interaction, just to
yeah.
fuck with the whole time. You know what I
That's
mean?
funny,
But
man.
yeah, like once again, it's just about trying to like entertain yourself in a situation like that. So I don't
Yeah,
know what
man.
else to tell you.
Make it amusing. I guess that's what we
Exactly.
have to do in life, bro. Like genuinely, we have to make it amusing, even if it's not necessarily flat out lying and just going. But it's like, say, for example, if you did want to be silly, like as far as what a like, depend again, it all depends on who you're with in the environment and who you're willing to give that piece of yourself to for that interaction. Yeah, bro. It's because it's like everybody takes themselves so serious and too serious, and it's like, bro, it's not about talking about anything negative, but I'm just saying like we just don't know when anybody's going. We know that life is random. So if you're gonna hold it where it's like, I'm better than you because I'm just as an example, like, oh, because I'm a doctor and you're a this, and or because I'm a cop and you're a this, I'm better than you. It's like, bro, you're taking yourself way too serious. Love your family, hug your family, and drop that bullshit ego because ego will humble all of us, bro. Straight up.
Facts.
Once you, if anything ever happens to you negatively and like you can't do something, you know what I mean? Like you can't, oh, I lost a feeling in my arm or whatever, like just something unfortunate, bro. It's gonna humble you. But I don't want nothing like that to happen to me in order for me to be humbled. You know what I mean? Like I'm
Yep.
already humbled. Like I know, like, yo, I'm not trying, you can't just be out here trying to just, I'm a man first, but I'm not out here trying to act like I'm king shit because the reality is like anybody can get, you know what I mean, dealt with, so to speak, right? So that's why it's like moving forward, bro, amuse yourself, be joyous, like make it fun interactions with the homies, with the ladies, whatever the case is. You can't be out here just, oh, I'm serious. I take everything super serious. If anything happens, if anyone says anything to me, it's ass whooping, and all that other bullshit. Because nah, bro, you gotta
No,
be,
you're
you gotta amuse yourself, you know.
exactly like this is all we have. Like if the Van Wilder line, don't take this life too seriously. You'll never make it out alive in the end. Like honestly, like
Man, wild, but facts. That's
like
facts.
honestly, man, like yeah, and it's like amuse yourself and your friends and share like the joy with everybody. Amuse everybody if you can. Like this life isn't just for like the Who song, love ain't for keeping. You got to share that shit. So like that's where the real joy comes in. So amuse everybody basically with that if you can.
No,
And
that's
like I
good.
said, don't take yourself too seriously because like what the fuck? Like like what the fuck? We're all silly and infallible. We're all silly and fallible in the end, like every one of us.
No, and we all have room for improvement, but like if I had to pinpoint like major things that we spoke, it would just be like it's on some real shit. Like one, like hold yourself accountable. Two, if you're trying to grow slash move forward socially or whatever the case is, you got to be willing to, even though you're still guarded, willing to give yourself a little piece of yourself to certain interactions so you can see what happens and see where the chips fall, so to speak. And amuse yourself, bro. Like make life fun. Like don't like we don't have to be so serious. And like as Trent put it a little earlier, nobody gets out of here alive, bro. As savage as it is. So it's like can't be out here tripping. But I don't know about you, bro, but I think we can wrap on that good ass note, bro,
I
because
just
that's real.
I just want to give a quick shout out to Wrestle Buds for
Yep.
this t-shirt. It took me a long time to get it, but I love it. It's probably one of my favorite wrestling t-shirts I've ever gotten. So yeah, shout out to him.
That's what's up. And it says Black Lives Matter.
Yep.
And
It's
shout them
got the
out one more
nation.
time.
It's got the Nation of Domination holding their fists up. I
That's
love it.
what's up.
Love it.
Stand, trying to stand. I'm doing the stand in solidarity, bro. And who is it that sent you that again? Shout them out again.
Wrestle Buds on Instagram. He follows me. He knows
That's
who
what's up.
we know each other, but yeah, he follows
Oh,
me on
still
Instagram. He's got some good shit. his product. He's got a lot of like t-shirts and stickers, and it's all like wrestling, but like weed related wrestlings, things like that. But this was actually last year I ordered this, was for it was a long line. It was after the George Floyd thing. So it was a long line. It was one of the God, I'm losing my words here. One of the organizations or something for that. It was like a charity fundraiser thing for that. So this is what I got for putting into
No,
it.
and that's dope. That's super dope, man. That's super dope. But on that note, hey, my name's Graham,
I'm Trent.
and we out this thing. Another episode of Ultra Fly Talk. I hope y'all learned something. Bang bang. Double O, when you double O in the cup.